Welcome back, everyone. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Instead of talking about chemistry like I've been doing for the last 3 videos, I figured I'd talk about linguistics instead. So what we're going to talk about today are Abjads. So what exactly is an Abjad? Well, basically, it's a system of writing very similar to an alphabet, but vowels aren't represented by their own letters. Instead, long vowels are represented with other consonants, and short vowels are usually not written at all. So how is this system supposed to work? After all, without vowels, how are you supposed to spell anything? Well, let's take Hebrew for an example. The word shalom means hello or peace, and it's spelled with the letters shin, lamed, waw, and mim. Notice how it's written right to left instead of left to right? This is how all abjads are. I forgot to mention that earlier. Now you'll notice that shalom has 2 vowels, but there's only 4 letters used, and they're all consonants. So how are we supposed to know how this word is pronounced? Well, is a short vowel, so in Hebrew it's not written. O, however, is a long vowel, so we do have to write it, but we don't have a letter O in Hebrew. Instead we use the letter waw, which normally makes a w sound, but can also make an oo sound. Arabic has a similar system. Now Arabic does have a couple of letters that do stand for vowels, but it has mostly the same system as other abjads like Hebrew. Let's take a look at the word kitab, which means book. It's spelled with the letters ka, ta, alif, and ba. You can see that the I in the word kitab is short, so we don't have to write it out. On the other hand, is long, so we write it with the letter alif. You may have also noticed that Arabic is a cursive script. Unlike English, which can be written either cursive or in its regular form, Arabic is always cursive. Other abjads like Syriac follow a similar system. If you're like me and you don't speak Arabic, you might be pretty intimidated by this system. After all, if it's written with almost all consonants and just a couple long vowels, how am I supposed to know how to pronounce anything? Well, don't worry, because Arabic has a backup system. It uses a system of diacritics to specify what vowel is used where. These can be written above or below a letter. Let's go through them. Fatha indicates a short A vowel. Kasra indicates a I sound. Damma signifies an sound. And then each of these has a counterpart that tells you whether or not it ends with an N. Fathatan, kasratan, and dammatan. Then there's alif khanjariya and alif waslah. To any Arabic speakers in my audience, I apologize, my pronunciation is probably terrible. Anyway, the first one represents a long A sound, and the second one shows that an alif is silent. Finally, we have the sukun, which shows that no vowel is present, and the shadda, which shows that a consonant is doubled. You can see this in the word Allah, which means God. It contains a shadda and an alif khanjariya. As far as I can tell, Allah is always written like this. And if you ever read the Quran or any other religious text, you'll notice that they always use the diacritics. This is to make sure that learners and young children will understand it. After all, since it's so important, you don't want anybody misunderstanding what it says. In day-to-day writing, however, they usually don't use the diacritics because most native Arabic speakers can tell what it says just by looking at the consonants. For instance, if you look at the sign for this grocery store, you'll see that the Arabic writing is standard. It isn't using any diacritics. This is because any Arabic speaker will be able to tell that this says Aswak Babel, which means Babylon grocery, or Babylon market. Hebrew works the same way. If you read the Torah in Hebrew, the letters will have diacritics, but regular street signs and road signs won't use these. Finally, let's explore the origins of this odd yet interesting system. The Arabic script, the Latin script, the Greek script, and a ton of others actually came from Phoenician, which itself was derived from hieroglyphics. If you look closely, you can see how the Arabic letters still retain some similar features, but are still very, very different. You can also see how Phoenician influenced the Latin alphabet as well. Here's a cool chart that I found on Google that describes how the Latin alphabet came into being. Before I go, I want to give a big shout out to Native Lang. It's a great channel here on YouTube that focuses on linguistic oddities and all sorts of stuff, and they're one of the reasons that I got into languages in the first place, and they just make overall really good content, so definitely check them out, link in the description below. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any other video ideas, please leave them in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it, and have a great week.